I'm here. All right, today we are working with some very artsy things, and we're also going to be talking about how we can experience God. So stay tuned.
Well, welcome to the show. First up, you happy?
Just
You're so mean.
put that on.
I didn't get to say what was happening.
We're going to be making art today.
How do you put on a blindfold?
You'll figure it out. Yeah, there you go. Like Rambo. There
My
you go.
head is way too big for this.
So you were blindfolded, but you were going to draw a picture, and I'm going to tell you what it is in a second. You probably should try to find your pen. Can you see? How many fingers am I holding up?
7.
Whoa, you can't. Well, we're going to have to get a darker blindfold.
Wait, are you really holding up 7?
No, I was holding up 2. So you're going to draw a scene for me, okay? And I want you to draw a very happy memory, and that is your first day of school.
Why is it so complex?
Your first day.
My first day of school is not a happy memory.
Did you cry your first day of school ever?
Actually, I do every year. Did I do it?
Kinda.
Did it work?
You know, actually, that if you were holding up your head on your very thin body, then yeah, you did great.
Okay, let's see. Wait, hold on, where's my face?
Did you just write something? Like, did you just try to write words?
Are these tears? Did I do it?
Tears, yes, that. You did well with that. Why don't you draw me a bus dropping kids off? Because I don't know if you were on the bus or not, but some kids are.
I used to.
Right. What are you drawing now?
These are windows.
Oh, are they?
Did I do it?
I mean, that looks like a desk to me.
Perfect. Let's chair.
Okay.
Okay, you want a backpack? Somewhere up here are the children.
Yeah.
Please stop laughing at me. It's disrupting my creativity. This is a one of a kind. It's an original by Abby Smith. And
So do you think it would have been a lot easier if you could see what you were doing? As far as making a better product?
well, obviously.
Put that on. And you'll also need that and that.
Like, put it on how?
Like a blindfold. I want you to draw your very first day of school ever. But you have to do it blindfolded.
Okay.
So have at it.
So at my first day of school, I remember, we're going to go with kindergarten because that's when I started real school. So I was there with my mom and she dropped me off and I didn't want her to leave. And I kept holding her hand. I don't know if I cried. We're going to say I cried. So we're going to put some tears. I learned a lot.
Learn how to spell.
Yeah, and count. Times tables, but
what
that
are you
was
drawing
later.
there? What's that?
That's the school.
Oh, okay. That last bit was the roof, I'm guessing?
Yeah, I tried to draw some shingles, but I'm thinking it's not looking like that.
Huh. I'm guessing those are wheels.
These are windows now. I thought
Okay.
I drew the wheels, but I can draw another one.
You drew some wheels.
Okay.
they're sort of where they need to be.
Okay, good.
No, it's a lovely looking. So this is a second bus.
Yeah,
I
because
gotcha.
there's that big line of school buses.
Yeah.
I think it was like a Lizzie McGuire backpack or something.
Yes, draw Lizzie McGuire on that backpack. Was it just her face?
Yeah, it was just her like blonde-headed cartoon, you know.
Hey now, this is what dreams are made of. All right, well, go ahead and if you're done, you can take off your mask and see what your creation looks
I
like.
think I am done.
So how'd you do?
It's not that bad. Everything's a little bit off, but at least you know what it is.
Everything's a little bit twisted.
Yeah.
So not being able to see, it's kind of hard to find your place, huh?
Yeah.
Kind of hard to make the specific movements that you were hoping to make because you didn't know where you were or where you were going.
It was very difficult.
In front of you is a pen, and there is a piece of paper a little bit further, wrong way.
Okay, where's the bottom of the page? There we are. That doesn't matter. I already forgot what that circle is. Okay.
Yeah, talk me through your process. What are you drawing?
I'm drawing a box around my assumed person. That is an awful box. I can tell this is open right here. There's a tree.
That's a pretty good tree. I think he's cheating. I think he can actually see.
It's just one line. I can tell it if it's one line. Oh, there should be a tree up here.
I think he's definitely not cheating.
He's not cheating.
Up here. I hope this is it. Backpack.
That's amazing. It's right on him.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's actually pretty amazing.
Hype. The backpack was not in the building.
The backpack was not anywhere near. Was it kind of difficult, Riley, to try and remember where you were and where you were going?
I was keeping track mostly, but yes.
Even as try as you might, you still didn't make it, did you?
No.
Wow. Look at this. Does that look like school to you? If I didn't tell you that it was school, would you be able to pick that out? What about this? You know, it of course says school memory on it, so you can tell it is a school memory. Check out this one. I think Riley did a pretty good job, actually, considering that he couldn't see the paper. But you know, it was difficult that they couldn't see the big picture while they were drawing. They knew what they thought was going on to this paper, but because they couldn't see, it was a little bit difficult. You know, it makes me think of times when in the Bible we have certain individuals who do have an interaction with seeing God. And I think immediately of a passage from Isaiah. You know, in Isaiah 6, and just at the beginning of it, it says, "In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw the Lord." And he goes forward describing what he was seeing. He says, "He was seated on his throne. His long robe filled the temple. He was highly honored. Above him were seraphs, and each of them had 6 wings. With 2 wings they covered their faces. With 2 wings they covered their feet. And with 2 wings they were flying. They were calling out to one another, and they were saying, 'Holy, holy, holy is the Lord who rules over all. The whole earth is full of his glory.'" Isn't that just a amazing picture of Isaiah getting to see what God looks like? But then in the very same book, just a little ways down the road, this is in 45 verse 15. Isaiah is saying this: "You are a God who has been hiding yourself. You are the God of Israel. You save us." So even then he's admitting that he's not a God that we can always physically see with our own eyes. In fact, he's going on and he's talking about all these other people who don't see, they don't experience God at all. And for that reason, they're doing all the wrong things. He says, "All those who make statues of gods will be put to shame. They will be dishonored. They will be led away in shame together. But the Lord will save Israel. He will save them forever." How can we see God when we can't really see God? You know, I always hear the analogy of the wind. You can't see the wind, but you can see its effects as it blows down great trees or erodes rocks over the millennia. And that's fine and all. But, you know, for God, we're trying to see the way that he affects our world, not necessarily always making direct eye contact with the Creator. So you may say you saw something great that could only have been God doing something. You see something in another person that you're friends with and how God has affected their life, maybe saved them from a disease or just it helped them with great generosity. You know, this whole book is one big story about the arc of God's justice in our lives, about trying to bring his people back to him. because he loves us, and he shows us how much he loves us in the Gospels, when he sent his only son, Jesus Christ, to die for us. And throughout this entire book, you're seeing God and the way he has interacted with the world, and at the end you see the way he's going to interact with the world and continue to. We can see God through not just scripture like this, but through prayers and through listening to God and trying to hear his direction. We see God through our other fellow believers who talk about God and teach about God and about ways that they've experienced him. And in fact, that reminds me of something that here at First United Methodist Church Maumelle, on our website, we actually have some resources to help you learn more about God and about your faith. So let's go check that out for a second. If you go to our websites and then click on Connect and then Students, you'll see our Students page that has our First Up videos as well as our middle school and high school curriculum. You can also see our daily devotionals as well as parent resources. I know that times are busy right now, especially with, we're entering into school and we're not really sure exactly what that looks like right now, but I find this sort of stuff to be important, and it's easily accessible. If you don't have a Bible, I will personally give you a Bible. You can get onto our website and see all these resources we just talked about, and talk with your parents about it and talk with your friends about your faith, because I think the more we do this, the more we will begin to see God in our lives and the lives of others. So I hope you have a great week, and I hope you've enjoyed this video, and stay safe and stay blessed.